Hello and welcome to Smallton. Well, there we go. That's about the best I can do for the normal co-power warning today. So where are we up to? Right, well, we left off with having problems with this inner radius, or both radii, if you like. As you can see, the outer one is now working, and I've got those backman carriages that like to derail going round, and up to now they haven't. But there's a little bubble I see wandering on there. It should hopefully sort itself out when it goes over the level crossing, which I think it has done. Hate backman, really do. Right, okay, inner radius. Well, I've been having problems in the fact that I cannot get this inner radii to be parallel. Now, it works everywhere else, including the other end of the track, and works here and here. And I've altered this point from a curved point to a standard point so that I can get a connection to the goods warehouse and the sidings. With having changed the three-way point to this Y point, it's actually shortened this length of track, which has created a gap on there, as you can see. Not to worry, there'll be a bigger gap shortly. So that's all. This section will have to be redone. Now, yes, I am aware that this should be a point, but at the moment, a curve. But at the moment, it's just a piece of flex track that I've temporarily fitted. Because it's going to have to move round this way and to me slightly. This is not going to be its final position. So we'll move around to the other end where the GP40 has decided to stick. And I can tell why. So if we look at the other end, we'll see that piece of flex track there, which has been in from day one, going through this tunnel and joining up there with the existing piece curve point. Now that seems to work there, and the track is reasonably parallel. And of course, these wonderful backman carriages that everybody loves backman, they've derailed again. Well, guess what? Here's somebody who doesn't. So these will be put back in their box, and I'll use the reliable Hornby ones for testing, or the reliable Meccano ones, where I sorted out the wheels myself and did them. See, I've got some more work to do on here. Things are starting to fall apart. Parts of Smallton are at least 5 years old. Some not quite that age, but getting on there. Oh dear me. Deep joy. I shall glue that later. But just a quick update, lads, to let you know what's going on. The main problem was the curve here, which I just couldn't get it to be parallel, but I think with the inclusion of some flex track, which is what you see piled up there, and my inevitable cleaner brush, that should sort it, plus some flex track here to join the standard point to the goods yard, goods shed and industrial area. One other thing I'm going to have to do is just gently move the buildings there, which means drilling another hole for the electrical cables for the lighting system. Now, it's got to be done, it's got to be done. Now, one problem, well, it's not exactly a problem, it's just a case of positioning, is the coaling stage. As you can see, I've got Princess Liz just parked up there. Can't move her at the moment because there's no power on that track whatsoever. I've tried her in position, and this coaling area is just too far forward. It actually needs to go further back. Probably it would actually go about here somewhere. As you can see, it ain't going to go there. So this will have to go over to the other side. Maybe I can leave these coal slides here. I'm not sure yet, because obviously I want them within the reach of this crane for loading purposes. And also the coal men need to get access to it. You know, they've all got coal fires here. Who cares about global warming? Bring it on, I say. Right, okay. Yeah. If you don't think, you want to see the winters here, if you think that's, I'm joking. Right, so what I have to do now is take all these carriages off, put some reliable Hornby carriages on, and check if they derail. Well, I know they don't because I've had them running earlier on, but these do. And I think it's down to, I just take my, oops, there we go, just take that off. It's down to these. Well, I think this is one of the reasons. These stupid backbend couplings. Now, yeah, great. Some people really like them. And maybe for some people they actually work. You know, if you're running 4th on 5th or 6th radius point curve, fine. I'm limited to 3. And if we look at the flanges, there's virtually none at all, because I think these are set up for running on code 75 track. Well, if it don't work on code 100, it certainly isn't going to work on code 75, is it, lads? Well, certainly not for me anyway. Why anybody came up? Oh yes, it looks more realistic. Well, actually, if you do the measurements and do the maths, you'll find that code 83 is actually probably nearer, and in some cases code 100 is absolutely spot on. But I'm not going to argue with you. You have what you want on your railway. As you can see, having code 70, having stuff that will run not happily on code 75, running on my track just don't compute. So I shall persist and find out why I'm having the problem. And the reason I was pulling it with a GP40 was because Duke of Gloucester needs a thorough dismantling and a thorough cleaning. And Princess Liz over there is basically a hangar queen. A engine shed queen. Just sits there looking nice. Anyway, enough for today. By the next time I do my next video, I'll probably have got this sorted with a flex track, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with the center section now, because that particular branch or that runs into between the two buildings there, that is fixed. If I was going to move that at all, it's going to be an absolute pain, because it means ripping out all this section of buildings. All right, yeah, I'm moving them anyway, but it would mean moving that, reprofiling all the card where that's sunk into, and then moving everything up. Not something I want to do. It's going to be easier for me to find a way to extend the track. I have got some flex track of different lengths, short lengths, so that's probably the way I'll do that. Anyway, time's getting on, and I just give a shout out to my mate Eddie Robb, who's actually making loads of videos on Class 66s and some of the stock that he's bought. Now, I haven't bought anything for a long time, apart from a few bits of track and a dining car from Oxford Rail. Only problem was it arrived and a small spring fell out onto the floor. Now, as you can imagine, that's house elf's domain. So it's probably been vacked up and gone. Because she likes coming around with the old Hoover and vacuuming everything up in sight, including something that I'll probably just dropped on the floor and needed and has now disappeared. She's a good girl, really. Anyway, I've got a couple of little things to do to my my car, some servicing, change the oil. So maybe a couple of days, maybe a week or 2 weeks before I actually do another video. And it's my birthday this week, so any gifts are gratefully received, and a nice Brit livery diesel that would be capable of pulling these would be gratefully appreciated. No, just kidding, lads. Anyway, take care and all the best. Bye for now. Bye.